What is up, guys? Welcome to episode 3 of the road to HYROX Toronto, and this is going to be a video highlighting my week of training. We're about 6 weeks out from Toronto HYROX, and I had a big week of training last week that I wanted to share with you guys. So I did my best to document the process of some of the workouts that I went through. I'm going to share that video with you. I'm going to share some thoughts with you as we go through it, because this was an intense week, and one of the goals with this series for me is to show you guys what commitment and intensity goes into accomplishing some of the goals that you set out for yourself. Now, we're all on a different path, we're all on a different journey, but the main principles that always remain the same, whether you're going for a PR in a HYROX competition or whether you're just trying to get into strength training, is the commitment, the consistency, and the hard work are always going to be present. So my goal with this series is to show you a little behind the scenes of how hard I'm working to accomplish the goals that I want to accomplish, because I think sometimes on social media, all we see are the little snapshots and highlights of the successes, but we also don't see the struggles or the failures or even just the hard work that goes in to get that outcome. So that is the goal of this series and this video in particular. If you guys aren't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the videos coming down the pipe for this series. We're on the mission to get 500 subscribers here on the channel, and we're making our way to our next milestone, which is 300. I think we're about 10 subscribers away. So if you're watching and you aren't subscribed, which there's a lot of people that watch these videos that aren't subscribed, subscribe so we can keep putting out some awesome content for you guys. But let's dive into the video for today. So just pulling up my trusty Strava and Training Peaks. So we kicked off the week with a sled conditioning work. So when we look at HYROX, a big part of it is pushing the sled and getting used to pushing a really, really heavy sled is the key. So what we did is we had 4 rounds, and there was assault bike and sled push going on. So I did 30 calories on the assault bike, a 25-meter sled push at 110% of pro weight, which is over 445 pounds. Then I did 20 cal assault bike, stripped some weight off, did a 25-meter sled drag at the pro pull weight. So I'm now pulling the sled. And then I did a 10 cal assault bike and a 50-meter sled push sprint at 25% of what the pro weight would be. And then I would have 3 minutes of rest, which wasn't really rest because basically I was unloading and loading the sled during that 3-minute interval time. The goal of this workout for me was to stay consistent throughout the process. So I wanted to try and make sure that I was getting close to the same amount of time for each round, even as I got more fatigued. So when I look at the splits, I think I did 9:27 on the first round, I did 9:40, I did 9:20, and then I did 9:15. That 9:40 round, I had a little bit of a sled issue, so that's kind of what slowed the time down, but very happy with the consistency of this this training session. The one thing that I'm really nervous about when it comes to HYROX is pushing the sled. It is a very heavy sled. It's 445 pounds, and the carpet that they use at the HYROX can dictate how hard it is, whatever. You can't control those things, but pushing the sled is hard. So being able to go into training and push heavier than what the sled weight is going to be at the actual event is a good way, one, to boost your confidence, but also build your strength up for doing what you're going to do in the event. So that's the only workout I had on the Monday. That was a really fun workout. I love those kind of workouts. It takes me back to my CrossFit roots with the assault bike and rounds and all that fun stuff. On Tuesday, I had a big day. So I had a double day, 2 workouts. I went to the track early in the morning. What's up, guys? It is Tuesday. We are back. Workout number 2 of the day. Heading to the track. Dude, it's crazy how hot it's getting this early. It's 6:45 a.m. and the humidity is crazy right now. So we'll head over to the track. I'll give you the lowdown on the workout, and then we're gonna get after it. All right, guys, so we got a speed workout today on the docket. I think we got a 2K warm-up. Then we're going to do just some ramp ups to just kind of get the body ready for the repeats. And the main kind of portion of the workout today is going to be 4x400 meters on 1 minute rest. And then we're going to do a 1200 meter interval in between there with a 400 meter rest. So I'll do that twice. So we'll do 4x400, then 1200, recover, 4x400, 1200, then recover, then cool down. So it's going to be a fun one. Coming off 1 minute rest is not going to be easy, but it is going to be fun. We're also testing out the Rocket X2. Little early birthday present from my friends. Find yourself friends who enable your shoe addiction. Those are good people. Let's go. All right, warm up done. About to get in the first 4x400 and 1200. Legs are feeling overall pretty good. A little sore from sled workout yesterday. These new shoes, feeling light, feeling fast. Let's go. All right, guys, set one done. 400 felt strong. I think I was hitting them 122 to 125. 1200 meter felt good. I think I hit it at 350 pace. So goal for second set is to try to be just as consistent on the first set. Shoes, feel fast. Let's go. Set two coming. Ooh. All right, guys, workout done. Super happy with that one. Second round was solid. I think I basically kept it pretty consistent. Obviously we'll get the numbers here shortly, but really happy with that. The 400s were 122 to 123 for each one, and then really happy with the 1200 meters. I think I was holding like a 353 throughout the whole 1200 meters, so it's really good. I think the 1200 meter distance is to basically mimic like the 1K run in HYROX plus a little bit of the rock zone. So typically in HYROX, the 1 kilometer turns into about 1200 meters to even a mile. So I'm assuming that we'll see some progressions to mile repeats in the programming, but really happy with that. Gonna go home, get some food, fuel up, because I have another workout, doing some row intervals later tonight. So big day training, big week of training, lots of fuel needed. We'll catch you in the next workout. I then went to do a row workout after that. I think I came into the movement. I don't think I got any footage of this, but basically I did 12 sets of 400 meter intervals on the rower with 40-second rest. A big part of this is getting me comfortable on the ergs again. That's a big part of HYROX, and working on trying to maintain some faster splits when I'm rowing under a little bit of fatigue. So really happy with that, but overall really big day for me of training. And this is an example of a hard day. 2 workouts. Really important to fuel during these workouts, really important to fuel after, but this is just some of the work that goes into trying to accomplish the goals that you're looking to accomplish. Wednesday, I did a leg day workout, so I did some back squats and some lunging. I had to modify this workout a little bit. One, because I was super fatigued from the 2 prior days and had a big long run on the Sunday prior to the start of this week. And also I still have some things that I'm dealing with. So I've had a long-standing hip issue that's been going on for years. It's something that I've been able to manage and improve a lot, but it still pops up every now and then, and it definitely pops up when I do high volume lunging or squatting, which a lot of HYROX is high volume lunging and squatting. So I was noticing my hip was a little bit sore going into this from all the work that I'd done prior, so I had to modify it a little bit to make sure that I was able to successfully complete it, and then I could continue on with the training. And I share this with you because I'm someone who tries to be as consistent as possible with the programming and do what I'm told to do, but there are times, I've been doing this long enough, where I know I need to change things up in order for me to have success long term. And when I look at how things work and how we get fit, it's being able to train consistently for week after week after week after week versus blowing yourself up in 1 week and then not being able to train hard for 2-3 weeks. So this was a choice I made. I think it was the right choice because it led into my next workout, which was back to the track. I think I was talking about this in the video that I feel like it was Groundhog's Day. Literally, I was back at the track, same time. It was a little cooler, which I was happy about. In this one, we were doing more threshold intervals. So I did, basically my main set was 4 sets of 4 minute at threshold with 2 minute jog. And all that means at threshold is basically the pace that I'm gonna hold or a little bit faster than what I'm gonna hold during the 1K intervals in HYROX. For the 4 minute thresholds, I was able to do 354, 352, 352, 354 per kilometer pace, which is great for me. And again, the consistency, that's something that I'm really trying to nail down, is the consistency on each interval, each workout, not having this erratic response where it's like, oh, I did a 330 per kilometer on my first interval, but then all of my intervals after that were in 430. The consistency across the sets is what's going to end up leading to a lot more fitness. So this was Thursday. I did another double day on Thursday. So after this, I went over to the gym and I did ski erg. So one thing I've been working a lot on is the ski erg. It's something I don't have a lot of history with. Even the CrossFit days when I was doing CrossFit, I don't even think the ski erg was really a thing early on. So I haven't had much experience with it. So I've been really trying to work on just improving my form, my technique, and skiing a lot. And so that is what we did on Thursday. One thing that's helped me out is doing some seated ski erg. So for this workout, we did a 1K ski warm-up, rested 90 seconds, then did a seated 1K ski, rested 90 seconds. And then we got into some intervals where I was doing like 200 meters strong, and then 200 meters easy. And then the main set was doing 500 meter repeats with 60 seconds rest. And I felt really, really strong on these. I didn't jot the numbers down, but I think I was holding like a 148 to 150 on these 500 meter repeats, which for me is good. Slowly going to try to continue to improve that and move that higher and higher. But I went from the track to the slopes, another double day, another hard day of training, which was the theme for this week. And I think I finished all of my workouts this day before 11 a.m., which was, just before the start of my work day. I worked that day from 1 till, 7 seeing clients, and then we had Run Club, which is what I'll talk about next. But listen, I don't have kids, but I do have a lot of responsibility still, and training is very important to me, and my health is very important to me, and I'm going to do everything I have to do to prioritize that. It means if I need to get 2 workouts in before 11, I'm going to make sure that I'm getting up early enough, so I'm at the track early enough, so that I can have some recovery, so I can eat some food, so I can get my next session in before I get into my work day, because I knew if I didn't do that, I wouldn't get the sessions in. Now, this is going to be harder when I have more responsibilities like kids, but it is a priority to me, and I'm going to make it happen. And I train now with the mindset of when that time of my life comes, I will be prepared to do what it takes to get the workouts in. Now, is it going to look the same? No. Am I going to be able to be peak training for HYROX? Probably not. But I'm going to prioritize getting my sessions in. And I just want to share that with you because I think sometimes we tell ourselves these stories that we can't do something. It's just a matter of prioritizing it. So that day, we did the trifecta on Thursday. We had the Movement Run Club. I think we almost did 8K, which was awesome. We had a good group out. It was a nice evening. It was cool. We took a mirror selfie. We had freezies. It was a great time. I love the Movement Run Club. So if you're in Hamilton, Dundas, Burlington, and you want to come out to the Movement Run Club, we run Thursday nights, 7:15 p.m. Friendly to everyone. Very easygoing, meant to be chill, meant to expose people to how amazing running is. So come check it out. Friday. This was a tough workout, man. What's up, guys? It's Friday. I've been doing a semi-good job at documenting this whole training week. It has been a lot. Today's workout was a 60-minute AMRAP. I didn't bust out the camera for any of the workout, so you guys didn't want to see me suffer anyway. But what it was we did a 400 meter run outside, came back in, we did bench press 20, 10 10 cals on the rower, back outside, inside, 30 wall balls, trying to stay unbroken the whole time, which I did go unbroken for all the rounds, which is great. After wall balls, right in that zone there, 20 hand release push-ups, 10 pull-ups, and you're doing that as many times as you can in an hour, which is such a long AMRAP. Oh my God, CrossFit does not know anything about 60-minute AMRAP, but really happy with that. The goal of the workout was to stay steady throughout the whole thing, keep it moving, trying to be consistent on each round. My main goal was to try to go unbroken on all the wall ball sets, which I did do that. I think I got 7 total rounds plus a 400-meter run. So really happy with that. Definitely starting to fatigue muscularly towards the end, but obviously that's the point. That last set of wall balls was a struggle, but really trying to get better at getting big sets of wall balls in. So really happy with that. That's Friday's workout. It is a day before my birthday, so tonight I'm hopefully going to go out with some friends, get some sushi. Tomorrow we got some easy training with a big run on Sunday. So I'm gonna get carved up, I'm gonna get fueled up. Oh, post-workout. You hear that crack, baby? Northern, bad job. Northern hydration. If you're local to Canada, you guys are gonna wanna try this out. It is one of my favorite electrolyte beverages right now. Canadian made product, 500 milligrams potassium, 750 milligrams of sodium, 50 milligrams of magnesium. The perfect post-workout, pre-workout, Friday night, non-alcoholic electrolyte beverage you're gonna get. And it's Canadian, they're cool, check it out. I think we get a discount code, check the description for that, but give them a try if you guys are local to Canada. All right, cheers. Okay, so the goal for me during this whole workout was to go unbroken on the 30 wall balls in every round that I did, which I was very happy about that I accomplished. And this is something to think about when you're going into your training is like, what is the intention, the purpose of what you're trying to do in the workout? So a couple things that I think about is like, what's the stimulus and what is the response that I'm trying to get? So is this workout meant to be a high intensity, hard workout where I'm really pushing my red line and I'm probably gonna end this workout feeling like this was one of the harder things that I've done? Or was the intensity of this workout meant for it to be an easy zone 2 aerobic based workout? Was the purpose of this workout to work on a particular skill or a movement or something that I'm being challenged with in my training? It's very important to know this going into your training session so you can get the most out of it. I don't think we think about this enough, and I know I didn't early on in my training. I would just go in with the mentality of like, I'm just gonna go as hard as I possibly can and be lying on the floor at the end, and that's the only goal I have, which should happen sometimes, but it should not be all the time. And actually, it should be a small percentage of the time. And so going to this workout, I knew that it was going to be a longer session, but my goal was to hit all of those 30 wall balls each round unbroken, which I did. So that was my priority. Really happy about that. It was a good way to wrap up a Friday workout that led into a weekend of fun. So Saturday was my birthday. What's up, guys? We made it. Saturday, August 16th, my birthday, 32, getting in some morning miles. We got 82. We got 8K on the books today. Shakeout run before a big long run workout. Body's feeling a bit stiff from that 60-minute AMRAP yesterday, so it's nice to kind of shake things out. I'm excited for tomorrow's workout. It is going to be a tough one, and it's been a while since I had a hard long run workout, so I'm excited about that. I'm excited about turning 32. I have a few things I need to accomplish today. So I need to run. I need to go to JC Bagels for the best bagel breakfast sandwich in the Hamilton, Burlington area. I need to have some pizza and dinner with my brother and his girlfriend. And lastly, I need ice cream. If we check those things off, we'll call it a successful 32nd birthday. Let's go. All that was accomplished. So very happy. I'm 32 years old, feel young, feel spry. I'm very grateful for all the birthday wishes I got from everyone, so thank you. This led into Sunday. What's up, guys? We are back. We have Sunday today. It is long run day. I'm full of pizza, ice cream, and good vibes, so I'm excited about the run today. It's a progressive run. I'm not going to break down everything for you. I'll put it on the screen here, but essentially we're going to be getting faster as we go through. It's 19 total kilometers, 5K warm-up, and then we're gonna have some progressive kilometers where we're finishing with like 3:43 kilometers, which is pretty fast for me. Sun is not out today, which is a good thing. It's a little humid, but not too bad. We're down by the water here, so probably get a cool breeze coming off the lake. We got the rockets on, and we're gonna try to fly. So let's do it. Last workout of this big week of training. Let's go. Alright guys, so today is one of those days of training where you really don't know how it's gonna go. My legs are sore, my chest is sore, I'm fatigued. It's been a long week, lots of training. Stayed up a little late last night, ate a little too much pizza. So I have no idea about whether or not I'm gonna be able to hit these paces, so it'll be fun to look at this after. I'm gonna do my absolute best to get the most out of each interval to give this workout my best effort. But sometimes, man, you have no idea what your body's gonna do, so we'll see. About 2.5K into the warm-up. Alright guys, warm-up is, that's not gonna work. Warm-up is done. Stopping in, grabbing some gels. I'm gonna take 2 gels while we're on this workout portion. I will say I'm feeling better after that 5K warm-up. My legs feel good, stomach so-so with all that pizza that I ate, but we're gonna jump into the progressive portion of this workout, which I'm excited about. I'm up in the air on whether or not bring you with me, because holding this GoPro in my hand while I'm running for the next 14K, I don't know if it's gonna be what I want to do, but I do want to make the content for you guys. This is my confliction and my delay of getting into the progressive portion of this run. We'll see what happens. Let's go. All right, I brought you guys with me. We're on the progressive interval, about 4:40, 4:33. I'm gonna take a gel, and then we're getting into some faster intervals, 2K at 4:15, and then almost mile repeats at threshold. So let's go. All right guys, 2K interval done, average 4:14. Actually feeling pretty good. Got a kilometer cool down, and then 2 basically mile repeats, 1.5K at threshold with 1K recoveries, and then I think 2K faster than threshold after, but we're moving. Let's go. All right, I'm all over the place. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. We did 1.5K, 1K recovery, 1K repeat, which was hard as hell. I think I hit 3:58, and then got a cool down, and now I think I have a kilometer hard, kilometer easy, kilometer hard, kilometer easy cool down. We'll see. I'm just gonna run this next interval as hard as I can and see where we fall. Whew, this is tough. Alright guys, like I said, I have no clue what's going on. I finished that last 1K repeat. I think we hit like 3:52. Now I'm into 3K cool down. So honestly, super tough workout. Felt really good though compared to where I started. Legs are feeling strong, like with 6 weeks more to build for HYROX. I'm excited to see what happens. So we're gonna get into this cool down. We'll catch you guys at the end. Works in the bag. It's always good to get these like positive workouts in and stacking the deck in the right direction. And so that was a big win for this whole week of training. This was probably since I started training for HYROX, the hardest week of training I've had in terms of like total volume and intensity. And for me, when I think of how I start having success with these things is to see the mental check marks stacking up. So this week, to be able to complete all these workouts for the most part as prescribed, except for that one Wednesday, to hit the intention of all those workouts really, really well, and wrap up the week strong, is huge as I go into the next 6 weeks of training. And I looked at my training for this week coming up. It's going to be challenging. It's not going to be easy. So that is going to be another thing for another time, but I just wanted to share this week with you guys because, again, my main goal with this series is to highlight what it takes to accomplish the goals that you want. It requires consistency, it requires hard work, it requires intentional work, it requires failure, and I want to really show that to you because I think a lot of people think that this isn't something that's in their wheelhouse, and I'm no different than anyone watching this video. I just have learned the skills, I've failed, I've gotten better, I've improved to put myself in a position to be able to do these videos. I've learned a ton over I've been training since I was 15 years old. So I'm applying these principles and I'm sharing them with you. And I really want to show you guys what it looks like. I also want to highlight HYROX because I really enjoy doing it. It's a lot of fun. So that's going to wrap up the video, guys. That was a week of training. We're about 6-ish weeks out from HYROX, so a lot more to come. Stay tuned. We're going to have a full day of eating video. We're going to have a lot of other stuff coming up, so make sure you subscribe to the channel. The goal is to get to 500 subscribers. There's a lot of you who watch these videos and aren't subscribed to the channel, so please subscribe, show some love, show some support. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, put a lot of content out there. Follow me on Strava, all that fun stuff. But that is going to do it for this video. I hope you guys are pushing yourself. I hope you're getting after it. I hope you're challenging yourself, redefining your limits. That's all we got for today, guys. Dig deep. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.